Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley has the night off. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, recently President Trump has proposed to maintain federal funding for Planned Parenthood, but only if the organization stops performing abortions. Many on the Suncoast have mixed feelings on that proposal. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is live at Planned Parenthood in Sarasota with more. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, pro-choice advocates disagree with Trump on this one, but folks who are pro-life say this is a proposal the president needs to follow through with.
Alleluia, alleluia.
Every Friday, groups of pro-lifers are here in front of Planned Parenthood to protest abortion. Today, it's also aimed at cutting off federal funding for this controversial healthcare organization.
There are many places that women can get help outside of Planned Parenthood, which would really guarantee their safety and their health.
Protester Vivian Gambino is on board with the president's proposal to maintain federal funding for Planned Parenthood if the organization stops providing abortions.
I do not trust Planned Parenthood not to use the money for abortions.
According to the Congressional Budget Office, nearly $400 million in Medicare money goes to the group, and pulling it back would result in nearly 400 million women losing access to care. Planned Parenthood Regional President Barbara Dravecki, in her written statement, says Planned Parenthood's singular commitment is to the women and men who come to us for health care every day in communities across the country. We will always stand for women's ability to make decisions about their health and lives without interference from politicians in Washington, D.C. She goes on to say, to be clear, no federal funding goes towards abortion in the first place. Planned Parenthood supporter Barbara Banks says bargaining with this organization is just a bad idea.
They do so many things for our population, including me. I'll be going to Planned Parenthood for my pap smears.
For a group called Sidewalk Advocates for Life, it's not so much the services, but the abortions they have a problem with.
The baby is not the problem. It's the circumstances or whatever the situation, their life circumstances. And that's what we want to help shine the light on and get them connected with those resources that can provide them with, formula or diapers or help them to finish their school.
It's also important to note that President Trump, in one of his first acts as president, banned funding to international groups that provide info on abortion. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you so much. Meanwhile, in Washington, President Trump is giving his full-fledged support to the new health care bill. The president meeting with the House chairman and women whose committees are aiding the drive to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. During the meeting, the president reiterated the action is needed to save consumers from what he says is the coming Obamacare disaster.
This is the time we're going to get it done. We're working together. We have some great results. We have tremendous spirit, and I think it's something that's just going to happen very shortly.
The bill is facing criticism, though, from some lawmakers. They're concerned it will result in higher costs and a loss of health coverage for millions of Americans. Here at home, a Northport man is charged with animal cruelty. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies arresting 42-year-old William Dufresne on 2 counts of animal cruelty after they say he allowed his horses to become visibly malnourished. Deputies were tipped off after one of the horses was seen wandering in the road along Melton Street. The horse was traced back to Dufresne's. Investigators also found another horse owned by him. Both animals were in poor health and in need of grooming, and they are now receiving proper care. Great day to be out at the ballpark for ABC 7 Day at the Pirates game. The Pirates hosting the Rays at Lecom Park in Bradenton. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan was today's starting pitcher, at least for that first pitch. Fans had a chance to win an autographed Andrew McCutchen jersey from your friends at ABC 7, and the news team was out there meeting all the fans.
It's a time of year where our fans come down from up north and they get an opportunity to really see our team intimately here at Lecom Park.
Bob wasn't the only one starring on the mound before the game. His daughter Emma threw a strike right over the plate. I'm not sure, but I think that pitch was a little better than Bob's. Let's get more now with Bob.
And I'll be the first to admit it, it was right over the plate. Emma did a great job right there. A lot of fun seeing all the fans and saying hello to them out there at that fan festival. And it looks as though the weather couldn't have been better Lots of sunshine today, a nice breeze too coming in off the Gulf, and that kept things a little bit milder there. Temperatures did warm though in the low to mid 80s east of I-75. Right now it's rather mild, 71 degrees, sunshine, the dew point temperature still high, and winds are out of the west, and they'll continue to be out of the west throughout the evening. The pressure now 30.07 inches. Now there's a weak frontal system located across central Florida. There's not a lot to it, and just a few clouds and maybe slightly drier air behind it. It will continue to slide to the south. The wind flow, as I mentioned, generally out of the west up and down the coast, anywhere from 5 to up to 15 miles an hour. Inland areas a little bit breezier there. We'll have more in the forecast. Let you know about a strong cold front headed our way, which will bring big changes next week. Details in just a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. Be on the lookout for a new set of lights and sirens in Bradenton Beach. Officers in the area have found another way to get around town for spring break. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick has the story.
There's a new kind of cop in town. No, it's not a scooter. Bradenton Beach Police Department is now using a Segway to help get the job done.
With this vehicle, we have the ability to be able to go out on the pier on it. We go through the neighborhoods, through some of the alleys. Actually, it's just the size of the vehicle that's going to help us instead of them driving around their large trucks.
Chief Speciale hopes that the new ride will make officers more visible, allowing them to stand a little higher on the busy city streets.
I just want everyone to know that the police are out here, and I think driving one of these unique Segways is the great way to do it.
Unique is right. The new toy is drawing attention from visitors.
It's definitely unusual. It looks like something from a sci-fi movie or something.
I actually think it's really neat. Coming from Canada, we've never seen anything like it.
The Segway was funded by the Community Redevelopment Agency and is used to patrol that 10-block section of the city. While Bradenton Beach Police hope to soon add a second Segway to their list of vehicles, the traditional SUVs won't be replaced.
It goes a blistering 15 miles an hour, so that's why I said I don't think you'll be seeing us on any pursuit, any vehicle pursuits, maybe a pedestrian pursuit.
Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies giving some rare insight on spring break throughout the day. Twitter users have been on a virtual ride-along with deputies patrolling Siesta Key. Staff are tweeting videos, photos, and texts about calls deputies respond to throughout the day. To follow along, simply follow Sarasota Sheriff on Twitter. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a wildfire still burning in southwest Florida. The path of destruction is left behind, plus what the governor is saying about the efforts of those working to contain it. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. He'll have the full weather forecast and the changes we'll be seeing in the coming days. And from mosquito traps to monitoring zones, the continued efforts to control the Zika virus in Florida.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th annual Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th on Gulfstream Avenue in downtown Sarasota. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful to the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million World-Class Cash Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million World-Class Cash Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
A bill to fix Florida's death penalty is ready to be placed on Governor Rick Scott's desk. The House of Representatives passing the bill with a 112-3 vote this afternoon. Lawmakers have been rushing to pass legislation for more than a year after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the state's capital sentencing process as unconstitutional. But despite today's vote, there's still some mixed reviews.
This bill ensures that the jury verdict for a death penalty case will be unanimous. It will change from 10 to 2 to unanimous.
It is morally and ethically wrong for the state to take life. I think we have a right to be protected against these monsters. I think we have a right not to have them roaming our streets, but I don't think it is something that the state should do.
The Senate unanimously passed the bill on Thursday, and the measure now heads to Governor Rick Scott for his approval. But the statute change won't do anything to settle the fate of more than half of the nearly 400 inmates on Florida's death row now, who are likely to be granted new sentencing hearings as a result of the previous court rulings. A follow-up now on the wildfire burning in Collier County. At least 7,500 acres have been scorched there. 3 homes were lost and dozens more damaged. Fortunately, there have been no deaths or injuries. Governor Rick Scott assessing the area today and thanking the fire officials for their hard work in making sure everyone was safe.
The Emergency Operations Center here did a great job. They took over 6,000 calls. At one time, there were 100 people in the shelter. There's no individuals there now. And we have to understand that we are in this is a dry year. It's a very dry year, so we're going to have to monitor this.
At last check, the fire was about 65% contained. And don't forget to set your clocks forward this weekend. Daylight saving time starts Sunday at 2 a.m. The clocks will jump ahead 1 hour, which means 1 less hour of sleep. But on a brighter note, you'll be able to enjoy more daylight in the evenings. Also, it's recommended you install fresh batteries and smoke detectors and weather alert radios. Not all states recognize the time change, though. Hawaii, some of Arizona, even Puerto Rico don't observe daylight saving. So no changes for them.
Yeah, we lose an hour, but you know, it could be worse, I guess. It's a weekend, and we are looking at elevated rain chances. It looks like we need the rain, and they're going to be a little higher on Sunday and Monday. And then we got to look out for that fire danger again, because the winds are going to pick up. It's going to get really dry and cooler across the area. We'll talk all about that in just a little bit. Great day out there for baseball or the beaches. And this is Casey Key webcam time review, and you can see lots of sunshine, and it looks as though that will continue at least on Saturday. And then things start to change a bit on Sunday as a cold front gets close to us, bringing with it a chance for a few showers. Should be a gorgeous sunset tonight. This photo was sent in by the city of Sarasota, tweeted actually, in Sarasota Bay. You can see calm conditions out there in the waters. Looks like the winds will be a little elevated as well tomorrow as a result of the high pressure system building in behind this weak cold front. You can see not much rain associated with it at all. That front, for the most part, fizzling out as it moves in our direction. This is the low pressure area that's starting to get its act together, and eventually will throw a pretty strong cold front our way, which will cool us down significantly on Tuesday through Thursday of next week. Right now, some high clouds streaming on by. A few inland showers are possible this evening, but most of that activity will not be measurable. Nice on Saturday. That means temperatures will be warm too, low 80s. And then a front moves in late Sunday and Monday. And then winter making a comeback next week. So I hope you didn't put those sweaters and jackets away quite yet. You will need them, especially in the morning hours on through the week, latter half of the week. Sarasota right now 71 degrees. Braden at 75. Venice checks in at 70. And statewide temperatures into the low 80s in Orlando. 80 now in Jacksonville, 78 Miami, and 79 in Key West. Around town, temperatures into the upper 60s to low 70s with that sea breeze. You can see that little cool line right there, at least a little bit cooler there near the coast. Arcadia still at 80. Sebring 84 degrees and 85 now Lake Placid. Well, Saturday, as I mentioned, looks to be pretty good. We'll see a little bit of patchy fog around tomorrow morning, but should not stick around all that long. High temperatures will be slightly above average in the low 80s, but that is going to change, I mentioned, early next week. Well, here comes the front. First front moves on through. Saturday looks great. The storm starts to gather to the west of us, and you'll start to see some showers and storms out there. Notice this is 1 p.m. Sunday, so most of the morning looks to be pretty good. Rainfall chances are not all that high in the morning, so if you have an early tea time, should be okay. And then these showers, if they develop, will push inland. But notice we start to get some activity here as early as 6 p.m. Sunday evening, and then a chance for showers. Looks like right through Monday, too, the fairly elevated chance. Now, temperatures are really starting to plummet across the northern plain states. Minneapolis, 18 right now. Chicago, 31. Toronto at 16. You factor in the wind, it feels like 9 in Minneapolis, minus 13 in Minot, and minus 5 in Toronto. So all this Arctic air is spilling very slowly to the south and east. Boston, it feels like 22 degrees there right now, and it's going to get colder as this cold air sweeps southward. And we'll see it dipping down into Florida temporarily, and then it warms back up on Saturday. By Sunday, it really starts to drop all across the southeast and the northeast for that matter, and temperatures will be much cooler on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. For boaters, winds out of the northeast. Now, it'll start off at 15 knots and subside somewhat in the afternoon and evening. Seas running right around 2 feet with a moderate chop. The water temperature is still very warm, 73 degrees. Beaches will see a high of 78 throughout the beaches tomorrow. High tide 11:04 for Sarasota Bay, and sunset will be at 6:36. Mostly fair, some patchy fog late, 62, warm. Tomorrow, some morning fog burning off, a good beach day, high of 81. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10. The extended forecast then 50% chance for mainly showers late in the day on Sunday and then Sunday night. And then Monday, a chance for a few scattered showers. Nothing heavy at this point, it doesn't look like. Breezy and turning cooler with a high of only 71 on Tuesday, 67 for your high on Wednesday. Look at that low on Thursday morning, 47 degrees. Scott?
All right. Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. We're seeing some heavy congestion in Manatee County around Palmetto and US 301 area. And then heading south into Sarasota, I-75 backed up as you head north on the interstate. Pretty typical this time of day, but slow going on the interstate. And then heading south from there, no accidents being reported, all green in South Sarasota County along the interstate tonight. In health news tonight, the Food and Drug Administration is investigating a multi-state outbreak of listeria. It's being linked to soft raw milk cheese made by Volto Creamery. Since last September, at least 2 deaths and 6 hospitalizations have been reported in Florida, New York, Vermont, and Connecticut. As a result, the company is recalling some of its cheeses. Listeria can cause fever, muscle aches, diarrhea, and other gastrointestinal problems. Health officials in Miami are making sure last year's Zika outbreak does not happen again. 4 zones are being monitored where the virus spread. An enhanced mosquito surveillance network will provide data on mosquito activity. More than 130 traps have been set up. The 4 zones were cleared of Zika infections in December. And speaking of the virus, there are concerns that you can still catch it if you're traveling. But scientists say the situation has improved. The virus has been more or less localized. For the past few months, countries like Bermuda, Uruguay, and Chile have remained Zika-free. And although the virus has not been eradicated, dozens of vaccines are in the works now. If you plan on having a family, scientists suggest traveling to areas with a cooler climate where mosquitoes are less prevalent. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a retired police captain who shot and killed a man during a movie theater texting dispute will head to trial. Why a judge says the stand your ground defense is not sticking in this case. But first, talk about windblown, where opening the front door sends one little girl flying. We'll have the story coming up.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
It's the granddaddy of them all, the 89th Annual Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Arcadia Rodeo Association is proud to present this PRCA-sanctioned event featuring some of the world's best bull, bronc, and bareback riding, roping, barrel racing, and steer wrestling. For the little wranglers, there's a calf scramble and mutton busting. Gates open at 11 each day. For tickets, visit ArcadiaRodeo.com or call 800-749-7633. It's rodeo at its finest. Don't miss the 89th All-Florida Championship Rodeo, March 9th through 12th.
Flames erupt on train tracks in Iowa after a freight train derails there. Early this morning, the train was carrying several fuel tanks of ethanol from a plant in Nebraska. The 2 people on the train, the conductor and an engineer, managed to escape without injury. The surrounding area, though, had to be evacuated. It's unclear where that train was heading to, but at least 27 of the 100 cars derailed. The storm that whipped the Midwest this week with damaging winds blasting the Northeast. Several inches of snow coming down across a number of states from Pennsylvania north into Massachusetts. Started overnight but tapered off late in the day. The snow is part of the same weather system that brought severe weather to 9 states, left hundreds of thousands without power near Detroit because of high winds. Now millions of people are bracing for bitter Arctic cold this weekend in the Northeast and the Midwest. And speaking of the wind, look at this. One little girl is almost blown away by it in Ohio. 4-year-old Madison was trying to open her front door when gusty winds sent her airborne into the side of the house. What a grip, though, huh? Her mother says she was unloading the car when she saw it happen.
So I run to her. I see her pinned against the siding of the house and the glass door, and I had to unlatch her from the handle and took her inside. She was scared and then, kind of embarrassed that we were laughing at her, and then we showed her the video and she was laughing at it.
Madison's mother says her daughter may not remember this day, but she says she has the pictures and that video and plans on showing them to her as a proof that it actually happened. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a major drug bust in South Sarasota County, the horrible conditions that police found children living in at this Northport home. Plus, how a few kids with a talent for science and technology are hoping to become champions in a national robotics competition.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Feza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Feza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Feza at Center for Sight.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today. Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th annual Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th on Gulfstream Avenue in downtown Sarasota. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful to the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.